Hey guys, it's Lopmon. Today within the BT17 Japan format, we've found an Alliance deck that came first in a Malaysian tournament in an Lopmon Cup. What's super impressive about this list is the fact that I can't get this deck to work now, but apparently the future support must be good enough to let the deck actually function. And the main two cards I'm talking about here are this new Lopmon from BT17 and this Lopmon from EX6, which essentially replace the old Lopmons from EX4. But let's get into the rookie count and we'll roll from there. Now there's no eggs, but I'm going to assume that it's just Kokomon, but I could be wrong. If we find out later, we'll update that. But we've got 3 of the Terriermon from EX4, which searches top 4 and a Henry Wong. We've got 2 of the Terriermon Assistant, which gives you plus 4k when you Alliance, so it's always a 5k plus, which is quite nice. And 4 of the Lopmon, which is probably the main rookie of the deck, being able to search any Suchong Wongs, which is the new tamer you play, as well as any of your 2-color green cards. You'll also notice that all the rookies we've mentioned so far have the great inheritable of when you're using Alliance, you can Digivolve into a 2-color green Digimon, reducing the cost by 2. We've got 2 more rookies. We've got a Lopmon at 1, and this is the Lopmon that gives Alliance. And then we've got a Lucemon, 2 Lucemon, which is Recovery 1 on play. Now the reason they're playing this Lucemon is because this Antilamon here says you may play a level 3 green or yellow from your hand without paying cost. Turns out not paying 13 cost is pretty good. Moving on to the level 4s, it's the standard Alliance level 4s. You do not need Black Mega Gargomon anymore, and the reason being these cards are strictly better by their inheritable, not to mention the new Antilamons both must Digivolve from a Turimon or a Wendigomon. And that is the rapid one. That is the same for this Antilamon as well. Must be Turi or Wendigo to get the 3 cost Evo. It pretty much just solidifies we are not playing any of the Terriermon line really outside of some Terriermons and a random Rapidmon anymore in Alliance. As you know, Alliance is more Lopmon focused, and it's nice to see the Lopmon cards getting a buff. If you haven't read these Antilamons, they're straight up just better versions of the EX4 ones. Alliance, when Digivolving, play a level 3 green or yellow. So something on Digivolve, which is kind of what those old cards were missing. They kind of did nothing outside of end of attack effects. And if you don't survive those attacks, yeah, your end of attack effects aren't going off. It's nice to get that value right on the Evo, because you're normally swinging in with one of these level 4s, activating the rookie inheritable of Alliance to evolve for 2 less into this Antilamon for 1 or this Antilamon for 1, and then from there you get to play out another body that you can Alliance with after that too, which is quite nice. And their inheritable also plays into going into a level 6. I'll talk about that in a little bit too. Purple one's kind of the same, but for the trash. Play a level 3 green or yellow from your trash without paying cost. So that also plays this Lucemon once again, which means you can just keep looping this Lucemon, which I'm guessing is exactly how this profile topped, because I did not even consider this. This is actually a genius idea. I guess it's time for me to pick up some of these Lucemon. What's going on with that? I don't think this card is worth that much anymore. Hopefully, I need to pick them up while they're cheap. Really crucial about this effect on both the level 5s here is that you don't need to play Double Typhoon to play out a Terry or Lop for free, and you don't need to play Henry Suchong Wong the Tamer, because I know some people like that Tamer, but that Tamer, quite frankly, is garbage. So I'm really happy the deck's moved away from playing it, and you can see here, this facilitates everything you could ever need. And what I mean by that is when you Digivolve into this Antilamon, it will play you out that green or yellow level 3 from your trash, and if you Digivolve into the yellow one, it plays out a level 3 green or yellow from your hand. So playing that rookie either from trash with the purple one, from hand with the yellow one. This means you can promote a Turimon or a Wendigomon, and if you pop, say, an agility training to Digivolve into either Antilamon for 1, as long as you've got that rookie either in your hand or in the bin, you are able to make an Alliance play. And that is sensational for about 1 memory. So what's even better is these new level 5 Antilamons, their inheritable is much better than the old Antilamons as well. So let's get into that. They are end of attack effects, but they play into their own combo. So you'd promote your 4, go into your 5, swing with it after it's played out your 3 with Alliance, and then you will probably use your Terriermon Assistant, Terriermon or Lopmon inheritable to Digivolve, right, on the Alliance swing. Doesn't matter what Cherubimon you go into, so I'm going to ignore which one you go into. All that matters is you are able to use this effect no matter what, as long as you didn't summon a Lucemon. So, end of attack, so you've done your 2 Alliance checks here, and you've Digivolved into a Cherubimon. By returning one of your other suspended Digimon to the hand, which you will always have because you just attacked with Alliance, unless it got wiped by some security effect, you can play a level 3 with Beast from hand. So the Lopmon or Terriermon you just played down with this effect will now just get replayed, searching again and allowing you to Alliance again if you do have a way to restand or you have another body that has Alliance on the field. Absolutely sensational synergy, and the purple card that they release in BT17 does the exact same thing. It's crazy they released these cards in 2 different sets when they are literally a copy-paste of each other, but very much the purple and yellow variants. So end of attack by deleting one of your other suspended Digimon. So once again, deleting that Terrio or Lop you played. Play the level 3 beast from your trash without paying cost. So they do specify beast, so they're really not letting you cheat out the Lopmon. Obviously, the first Digivolving effect lets you cheat out the Lopmon, but this end of attack is very much strictly to play the Terriermon, Lopmon, or Terrier Assistant here, which is absolutely fine because hard playing Terrier or Lop gives you another search. Hard playing this Lop can give you Alliance again on something, which is kind of insane. And a hard playing Assistant, probably the worst one to hard play, but it still is a nice body to get out there because it's a 5k Alliance if you can Alliance again. Now let's get on to the Cherubimons after we just glaze over this one Rapidmon. I don't mind the one hard play Rapidmon because you know what? It's D-Digivolve 1 and then protection if you've got that Suchong Wong or Henry up. And it means from there, you can safely have a protected level 5 go into your Cherubimon Ace. Because as I mentioned, these level 5 Antilamons are great. They don't have any protection though. They've got great effects for supporting Alliance though. I really think they've taken a page out of Fenrir Lugamon's ideas book rather and been like, hey, we need to actually play bodies for free with our Digimon effects so that we can actually Alliance with something instead of relying on a terrible 4-drop tamer. So great job Bandai on that. Hopefully this deck gets some more support in future that just, helps facilitate more bodies to play for free, perhaps. Anyway, getting on to the 6s, we have one of the OG EX4 yellow Cherubimon or good Cherubimon, vaccine Cherubimon. This one is DP minus when attacking and when digivolving. 3k neg for each of suspended Digimon you have in play, which is not a lot, but you normally, I've already racked up some DP neg thanks to this Cherubimon, hopefully. If not, well, yeah, it's just not that much DP neg. So it's probably one of the weaker ones, but it's here at 1 just for a little bit of removal. Then we've got the Cherubimon, the purple one from EX4, the evil one, if you will. Still a vaccine, ironically. This one is a strange effect where until the end of your opponent's turn, this and another level 5 you have on deletion play this card from trash for free. Synergizes really, really well with this Antilamon for obvious reasons because this deletes on your end of attack. So immediately triggers this effect where it just plays itself back out. So, off this Antilamon, you would play like a Lopmon and search on the Digivolving. You'd Digivolve into this Cherubimon, give itself and your Lopmon you played, play themselves back. And then end of attack after the 2 checks, you'd pop it. It would summon itself back. But then the Cherubimon would also try to summon it back. Well, the on deletion effect would try to summon it back. So I guess if you had another level 3 in trash, you could play that instead of the Lopmon, like if you had a Terrier in there, for example, or another Lop. It's kind of crazy synergy right there. I really like that. That's really cool. Another thing is this just says, this Digimon and one of your other level 5 or others gains it. So the fact that you could put the on deletion play this again on the Lopmon is kind of insane. I just thought of that now. That's really cool. Here is the Cherubimon Ace. We're playing 2 of this. This is interesting because actually I've been testing Alliance right now in the current format. I lie. I say current format, but I'm proxying this and this and this. And this is after playing so much Mega Gargomon and Terriermon. I'm so used to Mega Gargomon Ace being super good and oppressive. But man, this card is pretty garbage. And I'm sorry to say that, but it just doesn't really compare to Mega Gargomon Ace. And I would almost argue you can just play Mega Gargomon Ace in here instead of this. Because yes, this is a hand counter Blast Evolve 7 hard drop, and it does have an on play, whereas Mega Gargomon doesn't. It's only on Digivolve. But effectively, all this card is Alliance, which is a problem with a lot of the Alliance level 6s. They're essentially just an empty husk that says Alliance, and their effects are kind of redundant. And you'll see that here. When Digivolving, play a level 4 or lower green or yellow Digimon from hand. Has to be hand, not trash. Obviously, it's yellow, but still would have been nice if it was either. Without paying the cost, you'd want to hope so. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gets neg 4 for each of your other Digimon till the end of the turn. So you're playing, if you're blasting into this, and this is the only thing on your board, yeah, you get to play out a level 4 green or yellow, which is like, oh cool, I'm setting up for Alliance next turn, great. But then you just neg 4 from something. And like from a level 6 blast Evo, you don't want an effect that negs 4? Like, that's really, really tame. They really just, I can't believe they make Mega Gargomon Ace that cracked, and then make this card so tame, you know what I'm saying? I suppose the idea is, oh, you have a wide board because of Alliance. So, you'll blast into this and you'll go DP neg, maybe 8 or 12k. But it's just not a viable strategy. If you have that many Digimon on the board, you're probably in a really good spot anyway. You know what I mean? Or your opponent will just play things that get rid of those Digimon before they go for checks. Or, once again, the level 5s in this deck, outside of Rapidmon, don't have protection. And they're 8k, so your opponent could easily play some sort of removal spell, or even some sort of just Digimon deletion stuff to get rid of them before you can even blast into this. And then, so what? You blast into this and you go neg 4 on something. Like, it's very lackluster, I found. It's just not quite it. I think it's probably one of the weakest Ace level 6s that they've printed, and that's really saying something, because there's War Greymon Ace from that black structure deck. That's pretty damn bad. But yeah, I don't know why, but whenever they print an Alliance card that's a level 6, they really tone back all the effects of everything else it does, if that makes sense. Alliance, by the way, should be something that's tacked on as an inheritable, similar to how Fenrir treats Alliance. It's an inheritable that they don't need, but it's very great. I think Fenrir could function without Alliance and still be, where it is in the format and the meta, which is just crazy to me that Alliance, got shafted basically by getting put in a deck that's an OTK deck essentially. But anyway, let's talk about that in another video. Cherubimon X Antibody. This could have been the card to kind of save Alliance, but you'll notice it's a Digivolve 5. And I understand, it's an X-Antibody, meant to go over a Cherubimon. But in Alliance, you're already normally passing turn when you're swinging and using the Rookies Inheritables to Digivolve into your either 5s or 6s. You're normally passing turn when you do that. So it's not exactly like you'll go into Cherubimon and then be able to go into the X-Antibody. And even if you had, once again, I will reiterate, you've already swung to Digivolve into your 6s for free thanks to the Rookie Inheritables, right? So if I'm slamming this on top of one of the Cherubies I've already played, like, the when Digivolving and when attacking to play stuff, and then I have Alliance, like, I can't get any benefit from that. The Alliance means nothing. Like, they could have just not given this Alliance. It's truly aggravating. I understand they want to print Alliance on all these cards. Great, do it, but please make them have an effect. So this is where this Cherubimon X Antibody could have been the main mega of the deck, had it not say this next line. If Cherubimon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, if that was just like, if this just had like Alliance sources or something, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lowers. For each of your other, add one to the maximum level. So in theory, because on Digivolve this plays a body, in theory this always pops a level 5. This reminds me of Fenrir Lugamon once again, right? Always pops a level 5, but if you have another body, it's a 6. If you have another body, it's a 7. Great, great, great. This is a mega with a lot of potential. And I'm just going to remind you that in Fenrir Lugamon, their level 5 Lugamon can pop a level 6. Just end of turn, kill it, draw 2, discard 3, kill a level 6. Like, just keep that in mind when we're looking at a card that Digivolves for 5 here. So I do feel pretty bad about how they've treated this card. I feel like Cherubi X Antibody probably could have Digivolved for 4. And from a Cherubimon, it should probably be a 1. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I think they just very much overbalanced this card, or just didn't quite make it very good. And, not every card has to be good, guys. Not every card has to be amazing. But when you see what they're trying to do with something and then they miss the mark, but they've hit it so well in another deck, it really makes you think. So, yeah, I've compared a lot of cards just now to Fenrir Lugamon, and that is definitely to do with them getting Alliance as well, which I think they should never have got. If you want to hear a video about that, please let me know in the comments. This card, I think, is good, but they just made it too steep to evolve into. So let's say I don't have the Cherubimons, and I'm swinging with my Antilamon, and I'm activating a Terriermon or Lopmon effect to evolve for 2 less into this when attacking. Great. This still costs 3 to evolve, and I don't think this is worth 3 to evolve through an Alliance attack. You know what I mean? This will play you a body, and then it will delete you something. Oh, no. Sorry, it won't pop anything because there's no Cherubimon or X Antibody in the source. So if you do have to go into this without the Cherubimon source, you essentially are paying 5 or 3 if you did the Terriermon, Lopmon thing I mentioned, to play a level 4 or lower green or yellow Digimon from your hand or trash. What the hell is that? Like, I just can't imagine paying 5 or even 3 to go into this, to just play a body that's a 4 or a 3. Like, Yeah, we've kind of already done this with the 5s. They just do it better. So this card really needs the Cherubimon underneath. And I'm sure a lot of you are saying, oh, well, obviously this card's meant to have it. Like, you know, this card sucks without the Cherubimon underneath. Yeah, sure, great. But that just means another piece you need to have in a deck that I've already found quite bricky. If you come from playing Gold Rapid Terriermon, where all your 6s can go on your 4s, you don't really brick a lot in that deck. You have a lot of good hands and playable hands all the time. In builds like this would be a brick city fest. And if you need to have 2 level 6s just for your combo to cost a little bit less, it's really not a good look. It really doesn't improve much of the combo except you get a deletion potentially. I don't know. I think they missed the mark with the X Antibody Cherubimon anyway. I think they could have done a lot better. And the Ace card as well, actually. If we compare these to Rapidmon X and Mega Gargamon Ace, I think a direct comparison really shows you how bad these cards are. In Terriermon, you play your Ace and your X Antibody at 4 and 4 or 3 and 3. In this deck, they're 2 and 2. I think that says enough about them as a ratio to, you know, really demonstrate that they're just not quite it, Chief. I actually really think this Cherubimon was the better one when it first released. However, any blue removal or, you know, other forms of removal just meant you weren't getting that on deletion play this card and the other body back, which feels really bad. But I still think this is one of the better Cherubimons. And once again, these just evolve for 3, which is just nice. This one does evolve for 3 once again, but ideally, it's an Ace card for a reason and you want to Ace into it. And I just still think it just misses the mark when you Ace into it, which is just so unfortunate. Anyway, that's enough about me ranting about Cherubimons. Let's talk about the level 7 in this deck. Imperial Dramon Paladin mode. I do like this. This is a very cool tech because, of course, it's an Ace. Like, what more is there to say? The level 6s in this deck, once again, are kind of lackluster. So having this level 7 Ace that can kind of save you is amazing. So you probably make a big Alliance play and pass turn, and maybe your opponent will never respect Alliance, which is the only reason the Ace cards in here are nice. Your opponent probably won't even read your cards and will probably just start swinging into you because, you know, Alliance this deck's kind of been known for being not very good. Your opponent will probably not even acknowledge that you have a potential Ace card, and you can probably get this off. And you go into this guy either on play or when Digivolving, trash all Digivolution cards from all your opponent's Digimon, then return all cards from your or your opponent's trash to the bottom of the deck. If this effect, returns a white level 7, gain 3 memory. So just a sensational card for kind of resetting the graveyards as well as getting rid of all your opponent's sources. We don't mind that at all. There's also a when attacking by returning one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digi-Evolution cards to the bottom of the deck, unsuspend. It's an interesting Ace. I like it. It's multicolored, of course, which means it's good with Heaven's Judgment, which we do have coming up. Let's get to the tamers. Henry. Memory Setter Henry. Interestingly enough, when you attack with a Gargo Rapid, you can suspend this tamer and one of your opponent's Digimon. This is the only Gargo Rapid I can see in the deck, so I'm sure you could just play Mimi here. I understand this Henry is searchable off this Terriermon, but like playing 3 of this Terriermon and 1 of this Henry, I don't know, just probably play Mimi at this point, but like, yeah, it's a memory setter that's slightly searchable. Great. Suchong Wong, the new tamer from EX6. This is actually sensational and really helps the deck out. And I think it does absolutely replace the old 4-drop tamer. And let's read it. Reveal top 3. Add a Beast, Beastkin, Holy Warrior, or Cherub. Without even looking at the deck, guys, I can tell you that's everything in the list. I'm just going to check Lucemon. Oh, wait, I lie. It's not this. It's an Ancient Holy Warrior. I don't think he's part of it. No, he is not part of it, but you know what? I don't think you really mind if your level 7 Ace isn't. Lucemon is an Angel. I don't think Angel counts. No, okay, so I lie. You can't search... Wow, I thought it would be within Holy Beast, Beastkin, Cherub, or Beast. But no, okay. You can't search the 2 tech cards, but that's fine. You can search literally everything in your line, thanks to this card, minus the Rapidmon, of course, because he is a cyborg. But yeah, this card's really good. Look at top 3, add 1, return the rest. Yeah, that's a bit steep for 4 cost, but this next effect does help a lot. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, by suspending this tamer, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Beastkin, Holy Beast, or Cherub, with the cost reduced by 2. So this card is almost replacing the inheritable on the Lopmon Terrier Assistant and Terriermon Inheritable, where you go, I'm using Alliance, I Digivolve for 2 less on attack. You can combo it with this, and you can do a double evolution in 1 turn, which I think is going to be the play going forward. So if you do happen to have Suchong Wong out, and you do promote Aturi or Wendango, and you go into Antilamon and you swing in, you are able to obviously use these inheritable rookie effects to Digivolve up, and then you could even go up again into the Paladin mode, which I think is just kind of nuts. Oh no, that's a lie. You can't go into Paladin mode because this must go into a Beastkin Holy Warrior Cherub, and these need to go into a 2-color green card specifically, and this is unfortunately a 3-color green card. So I just noticed that. So you can't go into the 7 that way, guys. Don't do that. But it does mean you can go from a 4 to a 5 to a 6, probably in the 1 attack, even if your opponent leaves you with like 1 memory. So that's kind of sensational, and I think Suchong Wong is just a good tamer in general. Even if she didn't do that, oh no, I lied. Just searching's pretty bad for 4. But you know what I mean? If she was like a 2-drop and she searched, that'd be good too. But anyway, agility training at 4. No double Typhoon, which I think is an interesting choice. Even 1 double Typhoon is like a nice sec bomb and also like a nice consistency card. But I get it. You kind of have the level 5s that facilitate that now. For agility, because agility does synergize really well with just getting into your 4s and 5s on the promotion turn and, you know, getting an alliance play going. Hopefully you do get to these guys that help you play out a body. The Antillamons will help you do that. So agility training gets you there, and it's consistency great. Giant Missile and Heaven's Judgment. 2 fantastic removal options here at 2. So 4 sec bombs potentially coming out of that sec. And with all the colors in this deck, I can see white, blue, green, purple, yellow, and black. There's a lot of colors. There's a lot of potential here for a Giant Heaven's Judgment. And you know what? It's still coming out of sec as 12k, and that's sensational too. But let me know, guys, what you think of this deck down in the comments. It blows me away that someone actually won with Alliance, because I am still in disbelief that this deck can actually function. I think the level 6s in this deck are just so lackluster that getting to them feels really bad. But I'm guessing the Suchong Wong helps you get there so much quicker that it actually might make them worth playing. So I will have to test with the new Tamer, which does come out in EX6 too, so I probably should have been proxying that as well. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. This deck profile is really cool. I'm going to start testing it out online now. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.